Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. Today is Wealth Wednesday. It's February 17th. I'm excited to be here with you today. My name is Keely Austin. Our quote of the day today is, "Marketing's job is never done. It's about perpetual motion. We must continue to innovate every day." For our national conference, we have the tickets available. The theme this year is shifting higher into focused transformation. We will be meeting online for this national conference. We've got 3 full days of excellent training. You absolutely want to be fully present, so do what you need to do to get those days cleared out on your calendar so that we can see you there for our national conference. Leaders Retreat will be this year, August 20th through the 24th. We're going to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. So excited to see you all there. Every Monday night, we have our Founders Live. Well, Monday afternoon, Mondays at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. So this is through a Facebook page, the Renatus Founders Live Facebook page. And this is our opportunity on a weekly basis to connect with our CEO, to hear some important announcements about the company, some recognition, as well as some great training and a story of the week. So tune in to the Founders Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Monday nights at 7 p.m. we have our national study groups. Right now we are making our way through the essentials courses. Go to your app store and download the Renatus Helios app. Make sure to give it 5 stars, know how to locate your access code. What you can do is have your guests download the app as well, give them the access code, and then they can access the money mastery videos that are uploaded on a daily basis. And they're just 2 to 3 minutes and just have a lot of good information to share. They're very motivational. That's what we're going to be working on here in just a minute, is the Money Matrix video. So do take advantage of the app. Every Thursday, we have our Private Capital Masterclass. This is a great way to bring your questions on private capital to a group of people who are currently implementing the class. And so that's been really, really powerful. That's every Thursday at 6 p.m. And then every day, Monday through Friday, we have our Dream Call, the Daily Real Estate Action Mastermind. That's from 9 a.m. to about 9:45. Sometimes we go till 10. And this is a great call for you to bring any questions that you have regarding any of the classes that you're watching, and especially any deals that you might be looking at. So bring your questions and your wins to the Action Mastermind. And then we have the daily team call that we're on right now, where we talk all about marketing. And then our Zoom up call is Monday through Friday at noon. That call is only about 20 minutes long. And what we do is we interview a different student each day of the week. And so we've got a great compilation of over 80 different stories from different students from across the nation who are making great things happen with their business. So tune into the Zoom up call at noon. If you're not able to make it live, you can catch the recordings. The recordings are on our YouTube channel, Elevate Renatus. And do make sure that you're getting your guests in front of these Zoom up calls. The OES is a website that talks about the optional event subscription. There's a short video there that talks about what the OES is and why you want to be a part of it. And then you can also sign up for the OES there on that website. If you're looking to introduce your guests to the Profits Education, you can do so by getting them into this intro presentation that Bob Tierney does on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. It's in the calendar, so just type in Profits in the search bar on the Helios calendar, and you'll see this event pop up on Tuesday evenings. And then every week we do a weekly virtual house tour. Last week's numbers, the purchase price was $289, rehab $38,000, holding costs $9,000, and the ARV is $390. This was a really cool deal because we were able to look at a couple of different exit strategies. This is Lily Porta's deal, by the way. So if she were to flip it and just sell it for a profit, she would earn around $40,000, but she can also hang on to it for seller finance and get $400 a month, or potentially $850 if she rents it out as a traditional rental. So that was really cool to see different exit strategies there. And these property tours are really powerful for your guests because they're able to see what we're out there doing in the field currently with today's market. And we're always going over different types of acquisition strategies and just lots of great content there. So those house tours are very fun. Make sure that you're tuning into those. Those again are on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. And then every Thursday we have someone off mute. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. we have our house tour again. However, on Wednesdays it's in English, and on Thursdays we offer in Spanish. And then everything else that you see here on the list is in English. So we have our intro presentation, which is the Pillars of Wealth presentation. We've got the follow-up and funding webinar. We have an onboarding session for new students, and guests are also welcome. We've got a Velocity banking study group, as well as multifamily wholesaling and short-term rental. These morning calls are recorded. We have them in two places. We've got them on the Renatus Team Elevate private Facebook page. Also on that Facebook page, if you're not a part of it, you definitely want to be, because there are some great announcements there. And you get to network with the team, ask any questions. So do make sure you're a part of that Facebook page. And then our YouTube channel, as I mentioned, you can catch the Zoom up calls there, as well as these morning call recordings. So today is Wealth Wednesday. We do get to learn from an amazing individual, Daine Clark. But first, let's get the Money Matrix activity taken care of. So make sure you are paying attention and have a pen and paper ready. We're going to make sure to do the exercise at the end here.
This one simple observation created a famous toy. What observations have you made recently? In the early 1940s, the nation's energies were focused on victory in Europe. American industry revolved around war production. On the grounds of Cramp's shipyard in Philadelphia, where wartime employment peaked at 18,000, Richard James would have been among scores of engineers urgently devising plans for new naval battleships. While designing delicate sea-bound instruments in the midst of this pressure, an entirely non-military application caught James' attention. He reportedly knocked a tension spring off a shelf, and as it slid to the ground, he thought to himself that it could make a good toy. Here's where the successful inventor departs from the rest of us. Not only did James think it, but he spent the better part of 2 years experimenting with different lengths and metallurgical formulas until he produced the familiar, elegant spring that could walk downstairs. His wife Betty picked the name Slinky from the dictionary, and showing remarkable confidence in the product of her husband's tinkering, she joined him in founding James Industries on a $500 loan. The next famous scene in Slinky history has the pair arriving at Gimbel's department store in Philadelphia on a snowy day before Christmas, where Richard James ran his Slinky down a sloped board. Crowds of customers clutched dollar bills. The couple sold out of their stock of 400 toys in an hour and a half. Over the years, the success of Slinky got to Richard James, and he left his family to move to Bolivia. Betty James moved her 6 children and the company to her western Pennsylvania hometown. She brought along her husband's original Slinky manufacturing equipment, still in use today. She was the one who finally realized the profits of the invention and extended the Slinky empire, literally. When she passed away in 2008, the New York Times did the math. The paper found that enough Slinkies had been sold to circle the globe 150 times. Nowadays, Slinky might be a throwback to a simpler toy era, but it's also fueled by a Connecticut private equity firm and sells more than 500 products based on the concept and image of the original. Richard James may have invented the Slinky, but it was Betty James who was the entrepreneur, saw the potential in her husband's invention, ran with it, and created an empire that still exists today. Call to action: entrepreneurship. Take 12 minutes right now to consider how you can turn a trial into a triumph. Reach out to your network and build your entrepreneurial empire.
All right. I always loved playing with Slinkies when I was a kid. So I'm going to play some tunes, and I'll get back to the screen in just a second. I'm going to set a timer for 8 minutes, and we'll spend some time answering the question here. Got about 1 minute left. Alrighty, so I hope that gave you all enough time to jot down some good ideas and some good thoughts. I'm definitely enjoying the new addition to the morning calls as far as doing these exercises and spending some more time answering the question. It's definitely applicable to our business. So I'm finding it valuable. And of course, we're open for feedback. I'd love to hear how you guys are feeling about doing these exercises each and every day now that we've been doing it for about 2 weeks. So let's get moving with our call now. So today is Wealth Wednesday. We get to learn from an amazing individual. His name is Daine Clark. Daine is spending time with us each and every Wednesday morning to really hear what's going on in our worlds and to help us move us along with our businesses. He has been doing this business for about 4 or 5 years now and has created massive success on both marketing, on the marketing side, as well as on the business side. So he has a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge to share with us. Before Renatus, Daine was working 2 jobs. He was working for Apple as well as a roofer, and at the time just was not making ends meet, knew he needed to make a change. So he looked into some other opportunities and found real estate investing. He got started with Renatus, plugged into the systems, listened to his mentors, started to apply what he was learning, applied velocity banking to his first deal where he was able to get into a duplex, and he rented out one side of the property and he lived in the other side. And then if we fast forward to today, now Daine has raised over $21 million from investors to go towards various transactions, which is absolutely very inspiring. And his secret to that is consistency and frequency. And if I may add, it's just simple application of what we're learning. It's incredible what Daine's been able to do just from what he's learned from our courses. And then not only on the real estate side, but he's also killing it on the marketing side. So he is recognized by our CEO, Bob Snyder, as a key leader and is on the PIT team, meaning he's in training to be on the President's Advisory Council. So make sure to take notes today. I'm excited for what Daine has to share with us. Good morning, Daine. How are you?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome and happy Wealth Wednesday. There's like a foot of snow outside right now. It is crazy. I'm not sure if you all who's in here, who is in Utah here with me, but holy smokes, it's been like 30s, 40s even all winter, and then all of a sudden, bam, nobody can drive. And so happy Wealth Wednesday. Excited to be here today in Michigan too. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I hear anywhere that it snows, it's just getting hammered right now. It's been crazy. So let's, I wish I was in Utah. Yeah. If you want to play in it, absolutely. Got a foot in Nebraska. Holy cow. So all over the nation, it's snowing like crazy, except maybe Arizona and California. So okay, so Keely, do we want to have somebody share? I can't remember. Do we want to have somebody share an aha from their own activity, or should we just dive right in?
It's completely up to you. On most days, we've been having one person come out and share, but I'll leave that up to you, Daine,
Okay, cool.
depending on what you want to do. And
If
I just
Go
want to
ahead.
let you know I've made you the host. I do have a meeting at 8:30, so I'm going to have to hop off today,
Okay,
unfortunately. So
cool. I got us. Okay,
okay,
thank you so much. Okay, well, if somebody is dying to share an aha moment from their little meditation session, if you will, where you've got a pen and you're writing stuff down, I would love to hear it. And so just interrupt me, come off of mute. I want to hear from you. If not, then we will carry on and dive right into it. Got some good stuff for you guys today. So nobody interrupted me.
So yeah,
Go ahead. Enrique, go
keep
ahead, brother.
yeah, Daine, what's up, man? Keeping your eye on the ball and not letting trials and tribulations that come along the way, with the trial to bring you down, just staying the course and just keep moving. So by implementing those steps that we're learning and stuff, we're gonna get to be triumphant, which ultimately each and every one of us has a different goal, but we'll get there as long as we keep moving.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've noticed, I've even been doing these things along with you guys. And I've noticed that it's perfectly in line with actual successful principles. That usually it's like, I would say the achievement of your goal is maybe 80%, or sorry, it's maybe 20% of the how, but the other 80% is the who. It's the who did you talk to? Who did you communicate with? Who did you have a conversation with that obviously allowed you to meet the success, to meet what they had that you wanted, and you had what they wanted. And so this is perfect. In fact, this even caused me to jot down a couple of names in some things that I'm working on right now myself. And so I hope that you did the same. It's all about the who's, the who's in Whoville. It's all about the who's. Remember this. It is only 20% of how to achieve your goal. It is 80% the who. And so there's going to need to be the conversation, the people that you either know already or people that you don't know yet to achieve your goal. So cool. Thank you, Enrique. Appreciate that, brother. All right. So let's hear from you guys. I want to see, there's 65 people on the call. I want to see 65 comments. Tell me, I want to know how many. Oh, do I have somebody else off of mute?
Hi, Daine. I was just answering the question. Good morning.
Yes.
So really quickly, I recognized that I was underutilizing a resource that we already have in Renatus, that now is the time for me to tap into it. So
Absolutely.
The exercise helped me to identify that. Thank you.
Absolutely. And if I may just speak to that as well, there's another thing that I've noticed, that when you meditate, when you ponder, when you sit and think, and you have this time to no distractions, when you have this time to just seek revelation, to seek inspiration, whether you want to call that from God, you want to call that from the universe, from whatever, when you take a moment to silence yourself and listen, whatever power you believe in answers. Higher power, God, you name it, answers, and it gives you something to do. And then when you go do it, it's interesting, because you get into this cycle. You get into this cycle of receiving an inspiration and then taking action. Receiving inspiration, taking action. And I've never seen anybody achieve goals faster when they get into the habit of, every time they receive an inspiration, they're already doing it. They're already on the phone. They're already sending the email. They're all, whatever it is, they are already taking action. And those are the people that achieve their goals faster than what it seems humanly possible, if you will. So thank you, Sindro, for commenting on that. Take action. Don't forget, the moment we hang up this call, take action. Talk about, go do what it is that you need to do. So, okay. I already had a bunch of people commenting. So I want to hear, how many people did you talk to in the last 7 days? How many people did you have a real estate investing conversation? How many people did you get to a study group, a 10-day challenge, which we're going to talk about today? How many people do you have going through the 10-day challenge? How many people did you get to an intro? Did you get to an event? I mean, you name it, anything. And if you're like myself, the only thing I track is how many one-on-ones. However, the 10-day challenge, I mean, this doesn't come around other than maybe like once so far in a lifetime. So even if you don't have people in it right now, get them in it. We're what, 2 days? Let's see, today's day 3 in, and building excitement. Go still invite people to this 10-day challenge. It's going to change some people's lives, right? And remember this too, that it's not just for a guest. It's not just for somebody that's looking into getting into real estate. This is for you too. In fact, today is my day where I'll be going through my training, and for this 10-day challenge, and I'll be sharing things that all of us should be making decisions on in the last our basically real estate investing career. So remember, this is not just for a guest, this is for you too. Go through and do the things, make decisions. Yeah, the homework is not crazy and go and call 10 people. No, the homework is make decisions for yourself and for your future. And so follow along as well with what's going on in this 10-day training and take that action. And so yeah, get people on that and go through it yourself. It's going to be good. Make those decisions, because again, back to the 80-20 rule of 80% is the who and 20% is the how. Sometimes making the decision towards your goal, I mean, in fact, let me say it this way. I can't say it any better this way. And just to make sure, do I have somebody that's managing the admission of all the people that are joining, or do I need to watch that? Is anybody else helping with that? I keep seeing it pop up, and I know that Keely said that she had to leave, so I want to make sure I'm managing that. But let's see, Esther, are you helping with that? Just so I know that I don't need to be mindful of that the whole time. Let me know. So let's see, what was I saying? Oh, the 80-20. Oh, goals. I would dare venture to say that most people that do not achieve a goal that they set, flip a house or make $100,000 or buy a new car, you name it. Most people that do not achieve their goal, it is largely attributed to the type of goal that they set. What I mean by that is they didn't make enough decisions. They didn't make enough decisions to say, here is what I'm doing. I want to flip a house is not a goal. You need to know like every little detail about that goal. The very conversation, again, the 80-20 of who to talk to is more important than the how. Who to talk to and what to say to them. You need to know exactly what to say to them. In fact, tonight on my training, I'm going to talk about this and getting to the point where you know exactly what to say to somebody. Obviously, I won't be going crazy deep into this, but in this light, if you know exactly what to say, you'll achieve your goal so much faster at the end of the day, right? Again, most people who don't achieve their goal, it is because they didn't make their goal so darn specific that caused them to know exactly what to say and who to talk to. Okay, so let's look at comments. I haven't been watching this. I hope you all already commented. If you did not already tell me how many people you talked to in the last 7 days, then now's your chance. I'm going through comments now. Charles had 3, Bruce 1. Great job, guys. Amy, 2 yeses to invites for Amy. Nina had 4. Bobby had 4, 2 combos, 1 in funding. Congrats, Bobby. Luis had 3. Laura had a goose egg. No worries. Thank you for being honest. You'll notice that people want to work with those who are honest. And so if you're honest with yourself to start with, then people, you will be more approachable. People will want to work with you because you're honest with yourself. And that goes all the way, right? If I speak to this for just a minute, being honest with yourself is also like, answering the question, have I done any deals yet? If the answer is no, you can still make that one of the most amazing things in your life. Like, I am following people that have done millions of dollars in real estate. I mean, that's better than the next guy. When I first started this, didn't even know what the heck a realtor was, and was like, to tell my wife, like, I'm gonna invest in real estate. The fact that I knew a little bit more than the next guy because I was following other people that were actually doing it, I was light years ahead of people, and I learned what a realtor was and how to use them. So let's see, Gilda had one, Clayton had one, Jared, 8 people in the 10-day challenge, Robert 14 to the 10-day challenge, Jenna 10 convos, 5 guests, 1 cash essentials funded yesterday, Grace had 3 and 1 intro, Berta had 2, Bridget, I'm a newbie, I'm just let's see, I just bit a meetup started last week, great job. I have 2 guests coming tonight, awesome. Rebecca talked to 2, 1 is in the challenge, time to step it up, yes it is. Nicholas 14 in the challenge. Mary, I have 12 people in the challenge. Great job, guys, this is awesome. I heard the number, now this was a few days ago, I haven't heard the current one, but I heard we had over 700 people that are in on this 10-day challenge. Now, again, that was a few days ago. I would dare venture to say that it's a lot more. Like, we're creating a movement here. Cindy had 2, Farhad, 2 people, 1 potential upgrade, and 1 telling him he's got $3 million and needs properties. Those are good conversations. Syndro, 25 invites, 8 phone calls. Sherry, we're looking for, oh, thank you, Sherry. Andres, 11 plus 1 one-on-ones, 14 guests in the challenge. Let's see. Oh, Tamara, thank you. I'm not sure how to do that actually, to make you the host, but I'll figure it out. Let's see. Oh, Esther is co-host. Al had 3. Sheldon had 10. Most of them ghosted, but I'm still motivated and avid. Good job, brother. Don't stop. Learn from your experiences. Learn from your experiences. Mike White, 20 plus. Celeste, 2 conversations. Scarlett, oh my gosh, Nicholas, 2.3 thousand. 2,300 people in the 10-day chat. Wow, that grew fast from the last time I heard how many people. Scarlett had 10 invited. Jody, 1-on-1, 1 in the challenge. We'll be inviting another one today. Great job, guys. Oh, that's awesome. Look at all these people, 2,300 people going through a 10-day challenge to progress themselves through real estate investing, wherever they are, whether they're just getting started or whether they're like, hey, I need to open up my world and learn some other strategies so I can expand, so I can scale. I mean, the perfect people for this are the people like me 5 years ago that's like, hey, I want to invest in real estate, but what's a realtor? Or the people that are like, hey, I've already bought, 1, 2, 3 homes. I need to know how to get my next one. I need to know how to expand. I need to learn some creative techniques. So like tonight, for example, I will be sharing how I was able to do 100 real estate deals with this much money. I didn't have money to pick up 100 real estate deals 5 years ago. In fact, I don't even have money today to pick up 100 real estate deals. And so I'm using all these creative financing techniques, using other people's money. And so I'll be talking about that tonight. Will be good for you and any guests. They are welcome to join, welcome to come. So, okay, let's go ahead and jump over. We're 8:37, so we've got some time. I've got some good stuff to share with you guys, but as usual, I would like to have one person come off of mute and ask a question. Now, I will say that I'm going to be a little stingy. I want to know, well, it depends on how long you've been with us. If you're a brand new newbie, then you're welcome to come out and ask any question you want. But if you have been with us for a while and you have not had any conversations in the last 7 days, then I'm going to ask you to go have a conversation and create some questions, right? So somebody interrupt me, come off of mute, and ask your
I have a
question.
question,
Would
Dave.
love to help you. All right, who do we have? I've got both Charles and Enrique. Charles, let's go with you. It looks like you're first on my list. I'm not sure if that's because you came off of mute first, but I'll get to both of you guys. So go ahead, Charles. What's your question, brother? How can I help you today?
My question is, I was able to get back in contact with somebody who, like a month ago, they got into, they wanted to get funded online, and it said they didn't have good enough credit to get the credit cards or whatever.
Okay.
And then he just like stopped talking to me, and I was able to get in contact with him and said he said he was going to the 10-day challenge, but then he didn't show up. So
Okay.
I'm gonna reach out to him again today and try and invite him. I just wanted some guidance on where to take that conversation.
Yes. Yes. So I'm going to give you the formula, actually, okay? Because I've got a formula for how I will open up a conversation like that with people. I'm going to share my screen and iPad. So cool. We're good. So here's my formula. When I'm gonna, and this goes for any conversation, right? This is not just if somebody ghosted, any conversation, okay? One is, you've got to have the energy. You got to start with the energy first, okay? You have to get yourself into a high energy state, okay? Now I will do this, and in fact, here, let me give you the things that I do this, right? I have a very specific like YouTube video that I love to listen to of a guy that's, it's actually like a compilation, has like Will Smith, has oh my gosh, all these people. Oh my gosh, sorry, he's the only one that I remember the name. That lady that has that TV show. Oh my gosh, I forget.
Oprah?
A bunch of people, compilation of a bunch of people.
You're talking about Oprah?
Oprah, yes, thank you. She's one of my favorites. It's got Oprah. It's got the guy that starred in Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey. It's got some guy that, it's funny because you don't even need to know these people's names. I don't follow them. I don't watch a lot of TV, but the things that they're saying, this compilation. Let's see, there's another one.
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
Andrew Schwarzenegger.
Oh my gosh, sure. He's not in this one, but good guy. Anyway, I go to this YouTube video, and it's just a reel of all these people. It's like 10 minutes long, and I will turn everything off, I'll close my eyes, and I'll listen to this, right? And boy, will that get you in an elevated state, right?
Okay,
Oftentimes,
we're in suspense now. Tell us the name of the reel.
All right. Let's see. I think there's a way that I can copy this. Let's see right here. And
I found one. There is a focus on your
Copy.
everyday best motivation speech. If you go to YouTube.
yes. All right. Let me see if I can copy this into the chat. I love listening to this to increase my state, my state of being, whatever you want to call it. Okay. I love to do this right before I do a bunch of calls. Okay. So there's the video. And looks like it doesn't let me pull up YouTube. Let's come back to here. Okay. So that's one way, is YouTube. I like to stare at my vision board. I like to hear stories. Again, this could be on like a YouTube. In fact, we've been building this compilation of real estate investing stories and people from zero to hero every single day, Monday through Friday. We've been doing this for, dare I say, months now. So there are dozens and dozens of stories, 15 to 20 minutes on YouTube of stories of people that we've helped create, where they've gone from nothing or a little bit to doing lots and lots of real estate. I mean, changing their lives basically, right? I love hearing stories. Okay, so there's the formula. Step one is change your state, because when you pick up the phone, or when you jump on a Zoom, or when you even start typing a text message, doesn't matter. If you are in a heightened state, happier, more excited, more energy, then you're going to be pulling that person towards you, pulling that person towards their own success, right? If you ever heard the analogy that you cannot push somebody with a rope, right? Same thing with developing people. You cannot push people with a rope. The rope just bends, right? But you can pull them. And so you got to get state, right? Right before I jump on these calls, I increase my emotional state. Okay. All right. So energy, your state of being. Very, very important. Okay. The next one, or the next step, is I like to arm myself with a story. Right? Stories are amazing conversation starters, right? So, and here's the formula, right? If I arm myself with a story, so Charles, let's say that I was going to reach out to this person. I'm going to arm myself with a story. I look at, all right, what's going on right now? We got this 10-day challenge. We've got all these people jumping in. We've got all these stories that are showing up on, every single Monday through Friday at noon. People sharing success stories in their real estate dealings. I mean, we got all these things. So I'm going to arm myself with a story, something that's happening right now, right? And stories are also, leads us to step 3, is your conversation starter. How many times have you been sitting and when you basically heard a story, when you heard a concept or whatever, you heard somebody say something, and all of a sudden a person popped into your mind, right? Every single person has experienced this. When you experience something, people's names pop into your mind on purpose, right? We're not going to go into the detail of why this is, but all humans, we all come from the same source, if you will. We're all connected one way or another. And so people need people. And so this whole inspiration thing, if you're hearing something and somebody pops into your mind and it's positive, I'm not talking about the whole, when you're married and somebody talks about a certain principle or a certain concept and you're like, oh, my wife needs that. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the positive. Oh, I'm not sure who's off of mute. Oh, thank you whoever got that. And so in essence, when you have a positive feeling like, oh my gosh, I need to talk to this person about this, for example, Charles, you just created this effect with this person. As I was talking about stuff, this person came to your mind, right? This is a natural human tendency, and it happened on purpose. So my conversation starter is, oh my gosh, I was listening to, I was watching, I was talking to, whatever it is, and your name popped into my mind. You see where I'm going with this? This is the perfect conversation starter, because then they know, they feel that this was inspiration. This was inspired. Your name popped into my mind. When I was listening to this gentleman talk about how he went from, I'm just trying to think of some stories that I know on here. This person that went from working at minimum wage and wanted to get into real estate. And I was listening to this person's story of all the struggle that they went through. And then they closed on their first real estate deal and made $30,000. And you popped in my mind. It was like, oh my gosh, Jimmy. It doesn't matter what you say after that. They're going to feel your heightened state of energy. They're going to feel the inspiration that their name popped into your mind. And let me admit that person. Their name popped into your mind, and you picked up the phone and started that conversation. And you start telling the story of the person that inspired you to reach out to them. Okay. And then step 4 is you ask a question. Something you could invite them. So a question could be almost like a, let's see, how would I say this? Like a gut check. So Charles, in your case, the person went dark. You know, he's not responding to calls, texts, whatever. And so gut check. It would be like, are you still interested in real estate investing? As easy as that, right? Basically see where they're at. Okay? Another one would be, let's say we're talking about this 10-day challenge, right? That is the story that you want to share. You start talking about this 10-day challenge and how all these, I can't remember how many people, but we got millionaires in the lineup doing these trainings for this 10-day challenge. Real estate millionaires. All right, we even got some of the instructors to jump in too. And so you basically invite. Now again, an invite comes with a question. Do you want to be a part of this? Do you want to jump in? Do you want to get involved? Right? Do you want to do this with me? Oh, I love that question. Do you want to do this with me? Love it. Okay. So it ends off always with an invite or a gut check. And then if the gut check is positive, then you go to the invite. If you don't know what you're going to invite somebody to, then don't call them. We're not just talking to talk. We are helping people achieve their goals. We are helping people progress through that level. And I'll talk about this tonight, but progress through that level of like, hey, I think real estate investing might be a good idea. Everybody on this call was there at one point. Sounds like a good idea. And then you progress to like, hey, I should probably look into that. Like, oh, I need to do this. Like, yeah. And we go all the way to the point where it's just like, all right, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I'm gonna get into real estate. And then you get into it and you're like, this better work. Right? We are helping people progress through those levels wherever they are. It's not up to you. Don't discriminate. Don't discriminate where people are in their own process. Find out where they are and elevate them to that next level, right? Charles, tell me this is helping. Or is it raising more questions? Excuse me. Here, let me clear my throat. Okay.
Yeah, that was really helpful. So on the gut check,
are you still
because
interested?
I kind of followed this formula. I didn't start with the story. I was trying to get him to, because I asked him first if he's interested in real estate, and then I told him Nate Lambert's story, and then I told him about the 10-day challenge.
Okay. And so now you call him. When you call him back, you tell another story.
Okay.
Again, you popped into my mind where literally like you want them to feel like things are happening, right? I just heard this story. So go find a story. You can go to Elevate Renatus on YouTube and find all of those stories, 10, 15 minutes. Go watch one story that just happened, like, for example, yesterday. I saw the text message. I can't remember who it was, but go listen to that story that just happened yesterday, because then it's like, hey, this just happened. Oops. This just happened. Because you want them to feel like this play-by-play of things that are going on. In fact, one thing that I do with people that I'm working with, I like to send them like, hey, I just made this offer, and I'll send them like a screenshot of, I actually did this on this property that we're working on purchasing today, where I went in Google Drive, let's see, deals, this one, purchase contract. Oh, not that one, right? I sent people screenshots of this offer that I made. Like, hey, this just happened. This is a story. This is a form of a story. This just happened. I'll be talking about this deal tonight, actually, on my training. But this just happened. And talk about, again, play by play. excited state. You tell the story, and then you gut check, like, hey, are you still interested in real estate investing? Right? Imagine saying that, like, oh, we're gonna buy this house. And to give you guys a little hint, to buy this home, I was $1,608. Here, I'll give you guys the exact. See, settlement statement right here. Oh, we didn't file it yet. Here. I'll find it later. I'll make sure that I have it tonight. Has not yet been filed. I was $1,608 out of pocket to buy this home and turn around and sell it on the very same day to somebody that gave me $50,000 to move in. Cash flow on this will be like over $900 a month, right? Awesome story. So again, story, and then I would follow that up. Either gut check, like, hey, are you, sorry, I called to talk to you, or to ask you a question. Are you still interested in getting into real estate investing? Feels like cheating, doesn't it? Or like, hey, we're actually doing this 10-day challenge. We're getting all these investors to jump on. And, in fact, Charles, use the story that I just told you. You can say, yeah, the investor that's going to jump on tonight is going to talk about this deal that he's buying right now. And he was $1,608 and some pennies out of pocket to buy this house and turn around and sell it on the same day. You're like, did you still want to jump in on this 10-day training? Oh my gosh, it feels like cheating, right? Nobody's going to say no to that in their right mind, I should say. Okay. So Charles, I hope that helped. Follow-up questions, and then let's see, what time is it? 55 after. Enrique, I know you came out, you had a question too. Let's jump to you. And
Yeah,
maybe I answered your question. I don't know.
no, I have a very basic question.
Oh, good.
When you started doing the marketing side, did you right away get your LLC, or
No.
did you wait till you made sales and then? So your first time filing, you did it as a sole proprietor, like as yourself, or what did you do?
I did start an LLC back in 2012, and like made a little bit of money, but really like never made any money. And so I just had one. I just had an LLC. I was like, I'll just use that one. Right. In fact, you guys will laugh at this. The name of my LLC that I've been using since 2012, it's called DNP General, because somebody sold me on, you need an LLC in your life. Like, okay, get me an LLC. And they were selling me an $800 LLC. And so I bought an LLC and I didn't make any money. And they're like, what do you want to name it? And I was like, well, I don't know what kind of business I'm going to do. Because again, they were just selling me on buying LLCs. Watch out for companies like this.
Yeah.
They're just selling LLCs. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to do business in general. So I named my company DNP General LLC, and I just never changed it. Right.
So
but I already had it.
So are you saying I should, you recommend? I know they
I don't
recommend we
doing
have
what
one.
I did. No.
No, but for tax reasons and stuff like that, isn't it better to have an LLC? Like we're learning?
No, false. Watch Mark Kohler's training in the essentials track, tax and legal day 1 and day 2. And
yeah,
LLC,
he said it doesn't matter. You could
there is no tax advantage between a sole prop and an LLC. Zero tax advantage. The only time you get tax advantage is when you convert to an S corporation, because that's taxed differently. And so unless you are net profiting, again, I'm not a CPA, and so I can't advise anybody,
right.
But unless you're net profiting 30, 40,000, or I'm not talking gross, I'm talking net profit after all expenses paid, and you're reporting a net profit that you'll pay taxes on of 30, 40,000 range, get with your CPA.
Right.
That's when you convert to the S corp. Because if you go get an S corp today, and let's say you're net profiting, yes, David or Rebecca, I was going to get to there, but thank you. Unless you're net profiting some money, then don't go get the S corp, because it's going to cost. I mean, I think my S corporation cost me like $1,000 just to file it every year. And that's not even that's not even including all the company maintenance and the minutes and the resolutions and the
right.
Okay. So
okay, all right.
so like Rebecca is talking about,
Yeah,
The LLC,
LLCs for protection.
correct, stands for
Right.
the limited liability company. You go get the
Thank you,
LLC
Rebecca.
when you need to cover your ass sets. Okay. So
So it's a
I will
1099.
yeah, yep. So
Okay.
and say, you know, it would be taxed exactly the same. And so what I would do, and Mark Kohler, you know, is actually talks about this in his training, in his 2-day course. Create the LLC out of profit that you generate. You know, go make the money in your business in a sole prop. Use that first, you know, several $1,000s to reinvest in yourself, to reinvest in your company. Set up your LLC, get yourself structured. Go make a sale. Go prove to yourself that you can generate business, and use that money to create use that money to create your
A
structure,
foundation.
right? Your
Yeah.
business, the foundation. Absolutely. Okay. Cool. So that wraps it up for today. Unless we have any final questions, I mean, they'll kick us off just after the top of the hour. But any last quick questions, and then if not, I will see you all on my training tonight.
Hey, Dane, I just have a quick
Yes.
question.
Go ahead, Gilda.
I was trying to record, the introduction for the 10-day training, and I did it so many times last night, and this is gonna be my first time doing this. And I watched the video from YouTube, and I was recording it. I was waiting up until that live thing came on, and then for some reason it doesn't record from the beginning. So then I said, okay, well, maybe I'll count. I was using my timer. I was counting, and then one finally it recorded, but because I was counting, it was too long. So, and then that was it. And I tried so many times, and I thought, I did not want to, do that so many times when people are actually seeing it. And so
Gilda,
I was just wondering
Facebook,
what I did.
there's only a 3-second countdown. It goes 3, 2, 1, and it starts. That's it. That's
No,
what I learned.
it didn't record what I said. That's what I was, I was doing so many times, and Dave and I were actually both doing it. It didn't
Are
record.
Are you saying that you're trying to record yourself?
Yes. Well, the live. I went live, Facebook Live, to do the homework.
Mm.
And for some reason, it didn't record all the way to, like, towards the end of it.
Like, did you go live on Facebook and try to do this?
Correct.
Oh, that's weird. It should work.
I know. And even one time, I think it was Yas that commented it, so it went. So, but I kept like deleting it because it wasn't the full one. And then finally there was one that was full, but it was like, we're waiting. It was too long before it started, which I probably should have just left it. So I deleted everything.
I'm not like a Facebook guru, so I wouldn't be able to help you. But I will say this: best or worst case scenario, just film yourself on on your phone or however you were doing it, and then just post it to Facebook.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Worst
I'll
case
do
scenario.
that then. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank
Cool.
you, Dane.
All right, guys. I'm surprised they didn't already kick us off, but we're starting the real estate dream call right now, and so I will see you all on my training, and if not, I will see you next week for Wealth Wednesday. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.